Brother Bing.
Hey guys,
Bing, what up? It's been a minute. How are you?
I'm very well. Wow, this feels like a show.
Yeah,
The whole outline,
It
yeah.
is a show. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for
so
having
Bing,
me.
you're the co-founder of MegaETH, which is the first real-time blockchain with 100K plus TPS and sub 10 millisecond block time. So I think it's been a bit since we talked. So maybe just curious if you can catch us up on what the last 6 months of MegaETH life have been like.
Yeah, so I think the most exciting achievement we've done for the last 6 months was, first of all, the testnet was running pretty smoothly, but more importantly, we launched our second batch of Mega Mafia, which are our protocol native accelerator. We're working with really good founders who are building really novel interactive experiences using crypto rail. So we did a month residence actually in Copenhagen in August. So I don't know if you guys like Copenhagen.
For
Been
sure.
there.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting city to be living with, 25 crypto builders. And then, yeah, we are just heads down trying to make sure that when we launch the chain, they're actually interesting apps. And I think the industry is crying for novel apps. I think it's actually really painful these days when I go on Twitter and all people are talking about is price and charts and liquidations.
Traders have taken over.
The traders have taken over, and I think it's about time for technologists and actually builders to shine again. Oh, okay, that's a bit cringe, but anyway, you got my point.
Yeah, we got it. I mean, you wrote a good post earlier this week, kind of highlighting how the last, or your view that the last mile of performance is ultimately what will give crypto its YouTube moment, where we actually start, impacting the experiences of human life and stop kind of just playing this game we're playing. Can you just, I guess, say more about that?
Yeah. Well, I was in Singapore for Token 2049. Were you guys there?
Not this year.
Not this year, no.
Okay,
Josh decided to have a baby.
I just had a little baby.
Doing the work, so.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats. Oh, wow. Okay.Maybe I'll do that after I launch my chain. It's definitely on my list. So I was in Token 2049 and I was pretty low key. I was meeting some newer folks and, where MegaETH is always more in the West than in the East, even though I'm Chinese. So I met a lot of new people and everyone was like, okay, I know you guys are fast. What is the point? Everything works so well on Ethereum, right? Everything kind of works well on all the other chains. And I was like, I've been saying this real-time blockchain for a longest time. And the translation from real-time blockchain is always real-time experiences. But people don't really understand the translation without a good analogy. And on the one hand, I want to acknowledge all the achievement that everyone else has done. Like even with Mega, we use a lot of things as optimistic rollout that a lot of other technologies have done. But what we're doing is really the final moment or I call it the last mile, right? That's going to actually unlock the experiences. So actually in Asia, the last mile technology is quite a category of its own. So most people, when they think about Alibaba, or even if you think about ByteDance, it's like really turning sophisticated AI algorithm into real-time experiences, and that is the last mile. So, and then similar with YouTube, obviously in the West, I think people are more familiar with YouTube. And the YouTube analogy was really, it's not about an evolution of technology, but also it's about giving birth to a new class of experiences. So yeah, that was the story of the article. And I was a journalist before also. I love writing. It's like a very, how to say?
Cathartic? Is that what we're looking for?
Let's go. Yeah. It's probably
Too many
a
things in my
podcasting
brain.
thing,
I got to
but-
get them out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you guys have taken a unique approach with Mega Mafia, and I think it's part of this broader trend of chains realizing they need to be very active in ensuring there are really novel things to use on this technology they're building, rather than just trusting that grants in an ecosystem can kind of make it work. And so maybe through the lens of this last mile, I'm curious what you are seeing coming out of Mega Mafia that we should be excited about and eager to jump into?
Yeah, actually today, about 2 hours ago, one of our Mega Mafia 2 project just came out. They're called Legend.trade. What they're trying to do is leverage the low latency of MegaETH to build a trading venue that's ultimately a competition. So people have seen people like trade in, it's almost like an esport. But we actually believe that those type of interactive experiences should exist more. Like trading should be fun. Like there's emotional value come out of trading. So that's an example of this like last mile technology. Because we're so fast, that's why you're able to just trade with people in real time, and you're trading on Mega as if you're trading on a centralized exchange, right? Like there's no difference.
Weren't you just talking about the timeline being taken over by traders, and now you're excited about a trading app coming out?
I think a lot of our trading apps are not for pro traders. I think Mega will redefine what trading means. I don't think trading is trading on charts anymore. I think trading will be an interactive experiences. You're trading with each other. You're building a social layer. One of our applications called Euphoria. It basically allows you to sit there and just tap, and that's how you trade. We have another project called Pump Party, which is a seed club portfolio. They're embedding trading experiences in a reality TV show. And then obviously Legend is just trading as a game, right? Like League of Legends. So yes, I think there will be many different shapes and form of trading. But if I can add one more thing, I think it's not just about trading experiences, but also the type of assets. We have Mega Mafia projects such as Noise allows you to trade mindshare, right? So you're really not just trading on shitcoins anymore. You're maybe trading on, I don't know, beard coming back in fashion, and I don't know, trade anything. Long beards, yeah.
I mean, what do you actually think will be the, you're using the YouTube moment, like what will be the YouTube of crypto? Is it going to be this kind of experiential trading product? Kind of sounds like that's.
Yeah, so in my article, I mentioned about these trading experiences. I also believe that there will be different gaming experiences. One of my theses was always like crypto provides emotional value. That's really the next milestone of how people have fun. And I think DeepIn is another really big sector. We have 2 projects from Mega Mafia 2.0. One is building a real-time data network using Mega. Another one is building a real-time mapping system, but for like autonomous drivers, etc. And the founders really come from deep Web 2 industry, which I really appreciate nowadays, because I think for crypto to take over the world, we have to go above and beyond like the crypto natives, right? But you have to educate the Web 2 builders so they know why they need crypto in the first place. So yes, I think the YouTube moments will come from trading, gaming, decentralized infrastructure, and there are probably a lot more that I don't even know. And that's why YouTube is important, because when YouTube was born, people didn't know that TikTok would happen.
Well, I also think that these are all, like, we're talking about markets here and assets. And I think if you look at a YouTube or a Twitter or a TikTok, that's what they are. They're just very, like, the economics are very abstracted and tilted in favor of one way rather than the other. And I think it gives me so much confidence in, whether we call it trading, whether we call it markets, this kind of being the core thing, and that there is like a huge amount of desire to participate in it. And it's not just from that sort of gambling nihilistic culture, but I think that's a pretty strong base.
Yeah, YouTube was a creator business model innovation as much as it was a tech innovation.
100%. And like in my article, I mentioned that, there was a culture of people start sharing. Like if that culture and that behavior didn't happen, like YouTube would not happen. And then TikTok would not happen. But the most important thing is people don't use TikTok to consume content. People use TikTok to shop. You don't know what people is going to go do with crypto. Like we can all sit here and be like, everything's a market. But I think your kid would interact with crypto in ways that you and I can never imagine. And that's why I'm so fucking hopeful of this industry.
Well, Roblox, man. Roblox is market technology as well. All right, before we let you go, I'd love to just spend some time diving into, I guess, the token sale that you guys announced earlier this week over on Sonar. What's the game plan there? I think it seems like a slightly different approach than maybe we've seen from other chains, and curious the strategy you're running at.
We actually cannot comment on the sale, unfortunately, so I'm sorry about that. I can comment on our previous sales and our overall strategy, which is...
Yeah, I think maybe just the strategy of like leaning into public participation much more than private participation.
Yeah, I think I just look at what happened with Ethereum. I think the only reason this industry is where we are is because you have the little guys to do big things. That's just really... as many people with skin in the game at reasonable valuation as possible. That's it. That's just like our North Star.
I'm curious what you think. Yeah, I guess, like raising money from the public and kind of going this, I know you can't comment on the ICO, but going this potentially ICO path versus going the kind of private funding airdrop path. Like what kind of culture that maybe instills on a chain, and how like the market dynamics maybe look different by doing that versus kind of the traditional approach?
We believe in ownership more than anything. We believe, if you give someone some money, like they will take it, but then so what? I believe in people's agency. I think if they choose to own something, there's much bigger intention behind it, and I think intentionality matters a lot more in 2025 than anything. But I also think airdrop farming is a good approach, depending on which project you are. It's a good way to decentralize the network. It's a really good way to reward the community who've been there long term. So yeah, I think just different school of thoughts. We really believe in ownership.
I mean, I think that's the big shift. I think I tweeted maybe a month or two ago, just having updated my sort of priors on how good tokens come to market. And I think the zero cost basis, acquiring of tokens is just a challenging thing to go build on top of a community, a product, a chart, etc. And it's also just been, stuff gets solved so quickly here. Like people figure out how to game it and ultimately end in a place where you're maybe not being as effective at actually doing the sort of distribution of ownership to individuals who actually care as you would have, earlier in the cycle. Or I remember talking to Hayden from Uniswap about airdrops and just recognizing how completely not useful that strategy is to bring into the modern context, because it was first and it was new and the world is very different today. So yeah, I think we're very interested in teams kind of take a first principled approach. What do they think matters? How do you go execute on it? And I think the lessons learned from these various approaches that are in the market today are just going to be very valuable to everybody.
I will come back and spill all the lessons in a few months.
I love it. I love asking questions that I know you're not going to be able to answer, but if I don't ask, the community's going to be like, Jess, you didn't ask really important question. We got to get into it. Amazing. Well, I mean, I guess there's a bunch of big things on the horizon here. We're excited to be able to catch up with you today. I know, I think it's been forever since we've actually chatted, and you guys are making incredible progress. We continue to talk to teams that are building in or making decisions to go build in around MegaETH. And it is very interesting to see this sort of brand identity emerge that I think is very much around this markets trading, but with, I don't know what the right word is to sort of describe the UX, the shift, the brand, the intention, the product that's around it. It is very different than, jumping just into a deck screen or chart and thinking that's the experience. So
I think it's tasteful, right? And that taste comes from the technology itself. I don't think people want to interact with technology at all anymore. I would say we at Mega have so much respect for you guys because every fund say they want to experiment with new things. I think you guys actually are the few funds that, walk the talk. I really enjoy your newsletter. I enjoy all the takes. It's like you guys make crypto cool again, really.
Clip that.
Yeah, let's go. Boost ad spend. Let's go. All right. Well, we would very much love to have you back when either you have more big things to share or if we can do a debrief on how everything went. I think, the willingness to put forth a vision and then to go execute on it and then to kind of debrief after that is just how, I mean, we all sort of stand on the shoulders of giants here. So maybe we get to stand on yours soon.
I'm small.
Brother Bang, appreciate you hopping on with us today. Wish you best of luck as you move through this last little stretch to getting, I mean, okay, I guess the other question I need to ask is when live, when do we get to go use this? Do you have a launch date? Are you committing to something here on stream?
I can't. Otherwise, my co-founders will probably want to they will appear somewhere and just. But we're working hard.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll check in soon. Best of luck in this last mile. Cheers.
Peace.
Thank you. Bye.